Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Welcome to the shit show, everybody. My name is Brian. With me always is
The shit show. No, it's talking shit.
same thing.
Okay.
It's
Anyway,
a shit show over here.
all right. Yeah, it always is when time to go live. And I'm Mark, by the way, if nobody knew by my name at the corner there. Today we are going to be talking about cartoons, our all-time favorites.
And we're going to be talking with some folks that have their own podcast
Yes.
about these cartoons. And who is that, Mark?
Well, we got Steve Strout is one of them.
Don't butcher his name.
I'm trying not to. Come on, this is the first time actually saying it. And then we have somebody else that'll be in here before long, his co-host, and we'll let him explain that one. And maybe he'll tell us a little bit about his podcast before we go any further into talking about cartoons. And we're talking about cartoons we used to watch as a kid.
Bring him on. Let's talk about cartoons. Steve, how are you, buddy?
Hey, thanks for having me on the shit show.
Hey, did I screw up your last name?
No, you nailed it, man.
All
it's
right.
like the fish with an S at the beginning.
Okay.
He totally butchered it. I watched him.
Oh, fuck you.
He's over here with a knife. He's like, how do I
mess this guy's name up as much as
trust
possible?
me, I've messed up easy last names before, so it's nothing new for me.
And this is why we have the shit show, because
the shit show.
But it's fun. I mean, at least I've done it this way instead of some other way. But I was thinking of Trout. I was like Strout. When I seen the name, I was like, oh, baseball player. I'll use it off of his name.
Yeah. And now if I only made the money that guy made, it'd be.
Oh yeah, I'd love to have that money.
I'd be a sponsor of your show.
Well, for people that don't know, okay, again, we're not part of the Deluxe Edition Network, but we want to, give a big shout out to Steve here. He was Deluxe Edition's podcaster of the week.
Yeah,
just me, nobody else. His title's not shared with anybody. It's all me.
Not even my co-host gets that.
Not even. I give him credit though. I couldn't have done. I wouldn't be doing the show without him. It's.
So we're going to try to mess around a little bit until hopefully he can get in here.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your podcast.
Okay, so we're the Steve and Crypto Show. Has nothing to do with cryptocurrency. Like I always tell people, it's about fake monsters, not fake money. So yeah, we talk about pop culture. We have a big emphasis on horror because we're both horror nerds, and I could see behind you there, Mark, that you got your own little horror collection. Which I like to see.
That's only a little bit of mine.
It's a little bit of it. Okay, yep. You'll have to show me pictures and more of it someday. But so yeah, we do. We'll talk about comics, movies. We interview a lot of great guests. And what was that? Cartoons. We I'm sure we brought up cartoons quite a bit. But yeah, we just do a little bit of everything. We just like to keep it casual and fun and have a good time, but at the same time, kind of get the word out about different projects and other creators and stuff. So it's just a thing I like to do.
Didn't you have an episode release yesterday or today?
It was good question. Monday. So that was 2 days ago.
Okay, 2 days.
Right?
Okay.
Is it Wednesday?
Yeah.
Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday.
Thursday. I don't even know what day it is. What did we do on that episode? We talked with a filmmaker named Ron Bunk. He's a indie filmmaker. He's been doing it over 30 years. He's a filmmaker, writer, director, distributor. He has a distribution company called SRS Cinema. They've been putting out like indie, like underground horror films forever, since back in VHS days. So
Mark's
So-
all in. Mark's all in on that. He's pushing his chips all in on that. So
yeah. So you know about Mark, okay? Yeah, he's been doing it a while, but that's who we chatted with. And at the end of the episode, actually, we threw some music on too. I want to kind of do that. I want to get bands or performers, not just rock bands, but hip hop or whatever.
yeah,
I'll
absolutely.
Stay away from country a bit, but I want to try to get some of them too, musicians. Throw a track up or something and get some interest in their stuff. But that's pretty much it. We just like to hype people's stuff, and
Same.
sometimes
Originally, when we started this, when I started talking to you, I was like, well, you were nervous about coming on, because it's live.
oh yeah,
The biggest thing that you have to worry about is just certain keywords not to say, and we already talked about not doing, talk about politics, that's one thing. I mean, doing it live is, you just don't edit. That's the only difference between live and not. And that's why I like live, because I don't have to edit as
Right.
much.
right.
But all in all, we're still going to play clips of certain ones. We're going to talk about all different types of cartoons today. And
So hopefully we can get your partner in here to talk about.
yep.
Yeah, so I keep looking away, like he's working on it, I think. But
That's what I just sent. I just told him to send me an email address and see what something's got to be blocking this it from coming up.
yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, and don't blame it on iPhones. So fuck you guys. I have an iPhone, so
Oh, see, so you're
Yeah.
part of the problem.
I can't be a part of the solution. So
All right, there you go. Me neither. So I guess
I'm sitting in
I
front
mi-
of a computer. So I mean,
I might as well have an iPhone because I can't help either.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
Do we have him? We have a blank screen. Oh, there he is. And okay, we're gonna let you introduce your.
Can
We're
you
gonna
hear
let
me?
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, we got you.
Okay.
All right,
I
guys.
don't know why the green's
Mark,
green.
Brian, this is. Can we hear him?
Your
Hold on.
volume's really low.
This.
Oh, is it really?
Check your
Yeah.
audio.
Okay, hold on.
While he's figuring that out, I'll introduce you
All right,
guys. This is
cool.
my wonderful co-host, Crypto Zoo,
How's that?
or Caleb. I'll probably call him Caleb most of the time. That's his real name.
Are we good?
Yeah, it's better. It's a little
Yeah.
bit better.
It's a little bit
it's
better.
Still
You're cutting
low.
out real bad.
Am I?
Oh,
Take it
he
to
got
you,
he
bud.
got louder.
Getting
Is it
loud.
good?
Closer
Is
to
volume
the
good or is
mic.
it too loud?
Yes, perfect.
No, that's
Okay.
perfect.
We got it.
That is
How's that?
This is why we love live shows.
I can
Because
get a
you
little.
never know
Ooh,
what
there we
what's
go.
going to happen.
I might have to hold the mic. That's fine.
Yeah, well,
Freezing
the
up
sun's
real
in our
bad.
way now.
Oh, so what was the cure to your issues? Was it hooking up the computer?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So the iPad wasn't wanting to click. Like, basically, it just showed me a white screen, just a blank white screen. So,
Yeah,
but once I got
sent me a
through
picture of it.
here on the computer,
Live.
it worked just fine. But I was
Live on the
trying the
shit
phone, I
show.
was trying the iPad, every other simple method.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we now have the last one in here. We can now start
Okay.
talking about
Gang's all
cartoons.
here.
I don't know why it's freezing up so
Even
much.
though I think he's wanting to make sure that it's not nobody sees his face though.
That's just what he looks like.
No, that's
Well,
not it.
He's kind of like Bigfoot.
No, the
He
sun
always-
the
I'm
sun's in
outside
the
because my
way.
damn kids are loud.
Oh, I don't care about kids. Mine are all adults now.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, but when they were little,
we don't have much shade out
You know,
here.
when they were little, I'd have them on the show with me if I was to do something like that.
There you go.
all right.
Oh, look, your hand
What's
is
he-
nice and clear.
He's getting his
I have some
umbrella out.
recordings of my oldest one calling me a poo-poo head. So,
Well,
go.
that's
if
what he
that's
does
the
when you
least
get him on the mic.
if that's the worst that they call you right now, you're doing good.
Yeah, I should. Damn, we have no
Nope.
coverage.
Once they learn all the good words, they'll use them later.
That one, it is better though. The sun's not totally
Yeah.
in it. You can see a little bit better.
All right.
Yeah, my daughter calls me a bitch. So
Oh, how old is she?
Oh my god.
Old enough,
23.
Oh, yeah, that's
old enough to call my bitch.
yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the least good word she calls
I
me.
thought you were gonna say it's like 2 or 3. Like they don't.
Oh
don't
no,
know
no, I
better
would
than.
not. Dude, my kid would be eating my foot.
Like you say, now that she's old enough to know, like
Like I said, all my kids are my kids are all adults now. So are Brian's.
so you can can actually hit him now. That's good.
Yeah, well,
I don't condone hitting kids. That's
I do.
I do.
I have no problem hitting kids. They say
No,
something wrong with me.
you just treat them like you listen. We're about to talk about cartoons that we used to watch. We just treat them like the characters in the cartoons.
Yeah, they beat the hell out of each other in the cartoons.
Little Tom and Jerry action. I got a mallet and you got nothing, and I get to whack you with the mallet.
Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner.
Oh, man, they would put a hurting on each other. It's
Oh yeah,
I don't know. That coyote's resilient though. I mean,
he bounces back every time.
every time.
If I got blown up, I don't think I'd be back. Not that way.
I probably wouldn't ever want to try to eat a damn Roadrunner again either because it's just not worth it.
No.
And they're small.
No.
It's not even. Is that little one bite of meat worth getting blown up for?
No,
To the coyote.
that little tiny piece of cheese too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it watching the Roadrunner or the coyote, draw the
He's
stuff
persistent.
on the wall.
Oh yeah,
And,
I'll give him that.
it would be just a picture. The Roadrunner would go through it, and you're like, "Holy shit!" So the coyote goes through. It was boom. I always had fun.
Did you ever try that as a kid?
No.
Draw like he has like a painting
to
of
jump off a cliff and see if you survive.
He'd paint like women on his wall or something, and
They come to life.
yeah.
Hey.
Oh, that's why my brother had that hole in the wall.
That's all.
Any which way. Okay. We're gonna start it off with an easy one. First off, how are you guys doing today?
Good.
Perfect.
I don't have an Apple phone, so I am great.
I figured that
Caleb,
was
how do
the
you-
problem.
Caleb, how do
Honestly,
you
I was
feel
like, it's
about
got to
that?
be
I
the
mean-
phone, the Apple product.
It's definitely not. It's not the fucking phone, dude. I'm telling you. It's
Okay.
not the phone.
The next
I
question.
can see that we're
Yeah.
live on.
Yeah. The next question. And
Oh,
it's an easy one.
Yeah,
What was your favorite?
I was an
your
Android guy
all-time
for the longest time.
Yeah, I still am. My wife and daughter are trying to convince me to change. What was your all-time favorite cartoon growing up?
Ooh. You want to go first, Crypto?
That's on you guys.
Ooh, you cut out there a little bit. Your all-time favorite?
Cartoon.
say all-time favorite cartoon?
Yeah. So, what was
Okay,
your
okay.
all-time
It's
favorite?
cutting out a lot. So, oh my god, my top one. That's a really hard call. I will say. I think I'm gonna say. God, I'm looking at my list here. South Park. It's got to be South Park.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
South
so.
Park has been around for
Yeah.
a very long time, and Matt and Trey have been doing it, and they do it so well. And yeah, it's an absolute pleasure to watch South Park. I mean, can you watch too much though? Can you just watch
Yes.
too much South Park?
Yes.
Steve says yes.
Yeah.
I've watched
Yeah.
too much South Park in my life.
There
Kinda.
are times where you watch it and you're like, "What the fuck? Come on!"
I mean, I
yeah.
appreciate how
Like,
up to date they stay, and topical they are.
Yeah.
I respect that. They're on top of shit, but kind of, you kind of hear the same gag enough. It's kind of
See, I stopped watching it from when the kids were younger, and my daughter got me to watch like the pandemic one, and then the other, what was the other one called? I thought it was funny.
Streaming service was probably by
streaming.
far. It was
Yeah.
by far my favorite because I mean, these guys put a lot of effort into this show, and it literally had nothing to do with what the kids were doing. It had everything to do with, streaming. You know,
Right.
and like as
Yeah.
adults, we get it, but as kids, the kids are like, I don't understand. I mean, what's the problem? Like, what's going on here? You know, like there were just
Yeah.
so many.
I mean,
there were
I'm
so
30.
many.
He's
Sorry,
30
I didn't
something.
cut you off.
I think we're
He's
losing him.
He's
I'm
30 something.
35, and I've been watching the show since I was 9 years old. I've been watching it
that's-
since I was 9 years old, and it's, I will say the last few years haven't been as enjoyable as like the earlier stuff, but it's probably just because I was younger and I don't know. There was one season that I wasn't impressed with. Maybe like season 17, or it was kind of late, but like I think it was when they started kind of making the whole season one long story. I kind of just like when there's one episode, here's the shenanigans they're getting into this time,
Yeah.
and then next week it's something different. And
So you don't have to
I
wait
kinda
to see what's going to happen.
enjoy
Yeah.
more of the adventures of the kids and just whatever.
Yeah.
I
So,
enjoyed watching them, see where they
but
came out.
I like some of the stuff involving the parents as well. Like Randy is insane, man. He's like probably one of my favorite characters on there.
Yeah, but
He gets viewed a lot more, I think, than like Cartman's mom,
Butters
right?
is
Yeah, but
cool.
Cartman's,
Sorry, the sound's cutting out a lot.
Cartman's mom's a little hoe, anyways.
Jesus, Mark, you trying to get us canceled?
Yeah.
hey,
Yes.
you know,
Why not? We'll just change
Maybe.
the name and come back tomorrow.
there you go. There you
Um,
go. Or the South Park guys will just make an episode making fun of you guys, and then
It's funny when we finally got to
shitload
hear
of
Butters
viewers.
curse.
Hey, yeah, I would
Yes.
love
Like,
it.
oh shit.
I would.
Wasn't his
I-
first curse word shit, or was it goddamn?
I don't know.
Who's-
I don't think he heard me.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Not sure.
I totally
I know
missed.
the end of Imagination
fir-
Land. He got in trouble for
first
all
cur-
of that.
Butter's first curse word.
Oh,
You said, was it shit? Was it
Or
shit or
godda-
goddamn?
or
I heard
goddamn.
that.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, Steve's like,
Yeah.
Steve
Butters,
didn't catch
you were
it,
asking
so
about
I was
Butters'
going over.
first curse word. I know at the end of Imagination Land, he, I think he got in trouble for everything that happened. Ugh.
Yep.
Okay.
Are they still doing the whole thing with like the integrity weed thing? Because that
I
really-
think they dropped that one more.
did they finally drop
Yeah.
that? 'Cause that
Yeah,
shit-
after the pandemic, I think they dropped that
Yeah.
one.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I always loved it. My favorite parts of the whole damn cartoon were always how they killed Kenny.
Mhm.
You know, I was never a fan of them killing Kenny. I wanted Kenny to like just always beat their asses because nobody could understand what the hell Kenny was talking about. Yeah, listen, calm your tits. I don't know what you're saying. Slow down. Shut up. I was upset when they killed Kenny all the time. I was like, oh fuck me.
It wasn't enough that they bullied him for being poor. Then they just
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on, man, cut the kid a break.
Yep. Caleb, I think you're frozen. Are you frozen over there? Can you hear
No.
us?
The wind's going.
Okay.
It's all
sort
three
of
of you. All three of you were just black screen for like 30 seconds.
It's our fault.
Yeah.
I think it might be on your end, man.
I don't
'Cause I'm seeing
I don't
and
know.
hearing
I'm just
everybody
saying all
well.
three of you guys were gone. Yeah, I guess so.
We disappeared for a second.
Okay,
did a
well
magic
good.
trick.
As long as it's not cutting out for everybody
It's
else.
the-
I don't really
the
know what to
talking
do
shit
here.
Magic.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Steve, your
wing it.
your all time favorite.
My all
cartoon.
time. Probably gonna have to say Scooby Doo.
We talked about that.
It's
Scooby-Doo.
always been like a constant in life. Like oldest memories watching Scooby Doo. They like what other cartoons? Ooh, we get a clip.
Nothing can get me to set foot inside that place.
That's Scooby Doo.
that Scooby Doo?
Nothing except that.
Good gracious, what was that?
Felt like a cold, clammy draft. Rather pleasant, eh, not?
Hey, stop! Isn't that sweet? He likes you.
That's the
So Scooby Doo, that's with that was the one episode with the Addams Family.
Like, what other cartoon has had the Addams Family, Batman and Robin,
Harlem
frickin'
Globetrotters.
Harlem Globetrotters? Like,
who else did they have? They had
I know there's a lot of
singers, a lot of big time singers were on there
Yeah.
too.
yeah.
Yeah. No, they did a fantastic job. And I always was like, man, what's going to really suck is when the Globetrotters show up one day and then it's one of them when they rip the mask off.
That would have been funny. That really would have.
Yeah, have one of the guests be the bad guy. That would be cool.
I don't know if I'd ever watched it again at that point.
No,
So I'm not a fan of the new Scooby Doo's, that they made. I like the older style.
oh yeah, the old early first couple series. Yeah, and I love the spooky vibes. The ghosts and the scary shit. That's just always been a part of my life, and I think we lost him all the way.
It's all right. He'll come back.
He'll come back, but yeah, Scooby Doo, man. That's it. And like you said, the new stuff has been kind of dumb. Like, did you watch the Scoob movie a couple years back? That shit was trash. Like, I don't like to trash any movies or shit on anything. If I don't like it, I'll usually just move along and
And I was going to ask you about that. I was going to ask you, how did you feel about the very first movie for our generation? The live action that had a lot of really great actors in it.
Was it like Freddie Prinze?
Freddie Prinze.
Plays
Sarah
Freddie.
Michelle Gellar. Yeah.
Didn't James Gunn write that?
I think one of them he did. Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. No,
It wasn't.
Hold on. I thought he did the Scoob movie.
No, he didn't do the Scoob movie.
Okay.
I hope
Then
not.
it was one of those two.
You guys would have been pissed.
I would have been upset. Yeah. I'm already upset with the beginning of his DC career with that Flash movie that just came out.
I haven't seen it. Yet.
Save your money.
I already got.
It's a trash bag. Got it.
Yeah.
It's
It basically. It. Oh man!
Don't do it, Mark. Don't do it. We won't talk about it. We're talking about cartoons today. We'll talk about something else later.
Flash is a cartoon.
Okay, we're gonna tell that now.
Half of it was animated, so poorly.
True.
Poorly.
I think that they
it
wanted
looked
it.
like
They wanted it to, drop.
They just wanted a way to ruin Ezra Miller and cut
Well,
ties with him because his
Well,
movie sucked.
they needed to cut ties with him.
Yeah, they probably shouldn't even release it. I'm surprised they did, but they
Yeah.
spent so much money on it. They had to try to recoup some of it, I guess.
Did you go in the house? I think he went in the house, so now we're better. You went in the house, now
Maybe.
you're better,
Ooh.
right?
Yeah, he had to go inside and
We
poop.
sure hope we're better now.
Yeah, you might have just been a little far from your modem or something.
All right, let me ask you guys Let me ask you a question, guys. Do you remember this little gem from? I believe this is early '80s.
Oh yeah, Mask, right? Hell yeah.
Masked crusaders working overtime, fighting crime, secret raiders who will neutralize soon as they arrive. The Soundtrack's gonna leave a mansion, and Spectrum's got such supervision.
Okay,
My mask. Yeah, hell
Mask.
yeah. Some of the best toys too.
Yeah, like
I mean,
when they first came out, I literally thought this was another version of like Transformers.
Well,
Yeah.
Transformers had GoBots.
Oh,
That was
man.
their knockoff.
Yeah, what a shame.
Definitely a
Yep,
knockoff.
that's right. That was the knockoff.
Yeah, Mask was kind of like a Transformers G.I. Joe
Right.
mashup kind of thing.
Yeah, what a
It was
shame that they came out with GoBots. Like GoBots were the skinny version of
Hey,
Transformers.
When you can't afford a Transformer, a GoBot works. Okay.
See, in the South Park world, Kenny would have got the GoBots, and the rest of the
That's
kids would have got
right.
Transformers.
Remember when he had that robot costume for Halloween on the episode the corn was on? And they were like, yeah, you think you're going to win the costume contest with that? Good luck.
And he
And
won.
Sure enough, he didn't win. He didn't win.
Oh, he didn't?
Wendy
Oh,
win?
I thought he won.
Huh.
Wendy
he won
won,
in that.
and he was all bummed. He was like,
Oh, that's
"Oh, the robot
right.
costume like
Yeah.
went down. Like he was all upset, and he walked away."
That's right.
Think
Well,
about
before
it.
the
Think
rats got to
about
him.
that.
How often did they let Kenny get anything good?
Never.
There was the
Yeah.
one episode where it was about to end, and they're like, "Wait, something's wrong," because he was still standing there. They're like, "Something doesn't feel right," and
They
he was
had to
like,
kill him
"Yippee!"
to
And
do
then the episode ended. That's like the only thing they really gave him was the one break where they didn't kill him.
You know,
I wanna-
Kenny got to not be Jewish. I guess that's a plus.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. There's that.
I mean, there is that. So,
I'm not even going to comment on that one.
I'm not, nope,
Yeah.
I'm gonna,
I'm just
Yeah,
going to
nope.
sit here. And
We don't want
let
to
you
offend
guys.
anybody in the chat here. You know.
oh, sorry, guys. I forgot you were here. I forgot we were doing a show.
I want to see some more of them cool clips, man.
Yeah.
So let me ask you. I got a little Tom and Jerry action. Do you guys remember that show?
Oh,
Oh,
of
yeah.
course.
Tom and
Oh, yeah.
Jerry. So this is what me and Mark were talking about. We were like, oh yeah, you can't have, talking about cartoons and not have Tom and Jerry. So little clip of Tom and Jerry. Yeah, this is gonna work.
Imagine if a cat could really do this.
Oh, I know, right? He does everything to try to wake this stupid dog up. Oh, here.
I think I'd let him do it. If my cat could do all this, I'd let him do it. Go
Oh
ahead
yeah,
and try.
absolutely. Go fuck with the dog.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I hear you.
Gotta love that
Oh
score.
shit.
Gotcha.
He's got the rape whistle.
It would go through so much just to be completely fine after.
Yeah. I like how he just was like, I'll just fuck myself up. Thank you. And just rolled himself up and rolled on. I used to like when they were when Jerry was fucking with him and they'd make a bunch of noise in the house and like the old lady come in, you just see her feet with the slippers, like the house shoes
Oh,
walking
yeah.
by. And she'd be like,
Oh, yeah.
promise? And she'd come in to beat his ass with something.
That was definitely not a woman. That was always, I want to say that was either Porky Pig or Elmer Fudd.
Think so?
I don't know. I think it's along the same lines. It was a Warner Brother cartoon, right? Tom and Jerry.
I always thought that yes.
So I would think that they had to incorporate them at some point and be like, oh, well, that's a.
I think she was just a generic character from
Yeah, generic
era.
granny.
Granny. Yeah.
Yeah, but then you had Granny with Tweety Bird.
Right.
yeah.
Well,
Different
I mean,
granny,
that's
but-
different granny.
Different Granny.
Maybe it's the same Granny.
Yeah.
That Tweety Bird Granny
They
was
showed
an
her
old white
completely.
woman.
Oh, it did
The-
show her.
Granny? Yeah, they showed Granny.
Okay.
From Tweety Granny. They
Oh,
showed
yeah,
her.
because
they
she was
showed Granny.
always asleep or something like that, wasn't she?
She's
Or
always-
out. She was always
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, she was
Living
always
the-
leaving the
living the-
house.
Doing girl nights or some shit. Leaving
Going to
Tweety Bird
bingo.
alone in the.
She was
Bingo.
going to like all male reviews or something. Like Tweety Bird was going
Magic Mike XXL.
Old Granny.
So Brian,
Granny's
what
going
was,
to the
your,
liquor store, then I'm going to Magic Mike.
what was your favorite cartoon growing up?
Oh,
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh man, mine was God. Growing up, my legit favorite was G.I. Joe. Like I would have to come home from school and G.I. Joe was coming on at like 3:15, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I had to plop right down in front of the TV. I had to watch G.I. Joe because at the very end of every episode, you learn something like how to stop a nosebleed. Okay, first of all, how the fuck did you get a nosebleed? Secondly, knowing is half the battle.
Exactly.
I'm just going to leave you with that.
Exactly.
Yep.
I still use
Yep.
that.
That's
Yeah,
right.
there was. I used to come right home from school to watch G.I. Joe. It was G.I. Joe, and I would come home to watch AWA wrestling on ESPN.
AWA
Right.
wrestling. Mark knows AWA wrestling, I
Yeah.
bet.
Yes.
Come
I
home
do.
and watch both of those and some other cartoons. And a few years later, Ninja Turtles came along and kind of changed things quite a bit. But G.I. Joe, like the 80s were awesome. Like all those cartoons in the 80s were like the best advertisements for toys. Like
Yes.
There,
and
there was a Saturday morning cartoon hour. I mean, like a couple hours, I think.
a block they called them.
They don't do that anymore.
No.
Could you imagine?
well, I mean,
Like
all the
it-
cartoons now kind of suck. So it's we kind of. I mean, if they did a block of old cartoons, kind of like what was that network like Boomerang or something used to do?
Boomerang, yeah.
Yeah,
They used
Boomerang.
to show a lot.
Yeah,
of,
Boomerang
lot of
was
good old
cool.
Cartoons.
Yep.
So raise your hand if you secretly watch Cartoon Network late at night when you're trying to go to sleep. Like 2 of us? That's it?
Just you two, huh?
Just us?
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of the time, I'll either watch that or I watch, ESPN. Either which one.
So
I'm
literally,
hoping my boys will get into Cartoon Network soon. They're 3 and 6. I'm trying to like find somewhat spooky stuff that I can show them that's not too much. So of course, Scooby Doo is the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah.
But their attention span isn't always there. So they've watched a little bit, not much at all.
Turn it on for the kids, and you'll be surprised at what they actually listen to. Instead of watching, they'll listen to it.
if you can get them to
Yeah,
watch Scooby
that's
Doo,
true.
then you got to find Are You Afraid
Yeah.
of the Dark?
That's,
Remember the old
that's-
Nickelodeon show?
that's step 2,
Yeah.
right? Yep.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yep.
It wasn't overly scary.
Yeah.
It was.
There's
it
a
was just
song that
scary
I
enough.
like. There's a
Song
song
that you
lyric
like.
that I like that says, "Life's a movie. I'm just playing my part. All I care about is goosebumps and afraid of the dark." That was me as a kid.
Oh, there you go.
Like,
That's
that was
cool.
my jam. Was goosebumps and afraid of the dark. Those two for sure. Not cartoons, but I had to be home every day to watch those.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. All right, Mark, you asked us. It's your turn, baby. Your favorite.
My favorite I always watched before I went to school, and that was Thundercats.
I did not
Yeah.
Thundercats, dude. I'm sorry.
Now that was my
Oh.
all-time favorite. I got comics of Thundercats now. I'm gonna eventually start collecting figures of them next. It always went Thundercats, G.I. Joe, Transformers, and then whatever else I can find on. In the mornings. I mainly grew up watching Flintstones and the Jetsons because those were my mom's
yeah.
favorite cartoons. And
They were great.
oh yeah,
Great
I
cartoons.
loved them. And then when I found Thundercats, it was totally different because you don't have anything like that on TV. It was something different.
I mean, it was sort of a He-Man knockoff, but it was. I liked it, but I think I was more of a Masters of the Universe guy.
I was totally in. I was totally in with Masters of the Universe. If you can remember and recite the line, I will applaud you, sir. When he raises the sword from his sheath,
Because by the
do you
power
remember?
of Grayskull,
That's right.
I have the power.
I
Yeah.
have the fucking power. They should.
We're on the subject. I'm just going to quickly say there's a hip hop group. I don't think they're active anymore, but there's a group in Seattle called Gray Skull. Check 'em out.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I have heard of that name. I just
Yeah, they're
never-
great. They're from like Rhyme Sayers Entertainment with Atmosphere and all that. Yeah, look them up. Just
Is it
the name
rap,
alone.
Was it rap group?
Yep, 2 guys.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I wonder
Yeah.
if they
I
got
don't-
sued over that.
Yeah, I knew dudes that were a rap group called themselves Thundercats. They were out of Portland, but yeah.
They didn't last.
Now I
long,
gotta
man.
look. Now I gotta look.
No,
those
they didn't
guys
really
up.
do anything, but
There's a guy that's gonna be playing at Thing Festival, and his name is Thundercat.
yeah, he's
Like a really popular name. Everybody seems
he's
to be
not
chiming in.
he's
I know
he's
it's
not
different.
Lion-O or nothing. Yeah.
but- be up there doing the Thundercats theme just over and over again.
Yeah, that's
Thunder.
You
Thunder.
should start a group.
Like that's all I can remember from that. It was Thunder, Thunder, Thundercats.
I think that was like the whole song, wasn't it?
Pretty
I-
much, yeah.
Those
Mark-
80s.
I mean, it's like you know, you remember Mighty Mouse? You remember what?
Oh yeah, Mighty Mouse was
Here
awesome.
I come to save the
Here
day.
he
Day.
comes to save the day.
Yeah, yeah.
Then you had Pac-Man.
I remember the
Pac-Man
Pac-Man.
didn't have. He didn't have a theme song.
No, he didn't have his theme song, but
There was a song, but it wasn't like for
nothing
the
big.
cartoon. I can't remember what it was. I mean, you're sure you can find it.
You know, Popeye.
Popeye
yeah.
was classic.
Oh yeah, I watched a lot of Popeye.
I was in the military, so that kind of hit home with me because I always wanted to be Popeye because I was a sailor. I was like, yeah, cool. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Put that shit all over me. Spinach. I got to eat a lot of
And of course-
spinach, dude.
Didn't realize that.
Yeah,
canned
my
spinach
parents were
tastes
telling
like
me that
shit.
as a
Yeah.
kid too. Like, eat your spinach, be strong like Popeye. I'm like, that's bullshit.
I'm like, I think
I never
Popeye
had to
is.
work. I never
Popeye
had to
got
work.
those weird forearms and he's blind in one eye. I don't want to be like him. Like,
That's because he had an iron deficiency, and the only thing that would help him was the spinach.
Yeah, he had something more than that.
And he kind of
No,
sounds like
it-
he's been smoking cigarettes for 40 years too.
well,
he
he
always
always
had
had
that
that height, man. He always had.
And
that
his
height,
girlfriend
didn't
was a
Yes,
crack whore.
yeah.
I mean,
he? Yeah, that's probably cracking that
literally like,
height. They were just- yeah.
Waving her spaghetti
Ah.
arms around.
Now, what kind of cartoon do you that you watched as a kid that when you watch it now you're like, oh wow, I understand what they're talking about. You know, the innuendos and stuff that they had.
this one right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's enough of that. He fell in love with him. That's it. They got married, and that was the end of Bugs Bunny's career.
Yeah, that was a wild episode, wasn't it? That was,
Yeah, that was the musical episode, I think it was.
yeah.
You listen, Bugs
Oh,
Bunny
yeah.
was a flamboyant. Like, I mean, he was super homo, dude, and like
Yeah.
nobody cared. Like,
They didn't care. No.
no,
Yeah, it was just
They
funny
had
back
people
in the
just
day.
Let put their kids in front of it and be like, "Watch this crazy stuff," which is
Really?
fine. I mean, cool.
Here's
So
another one.
I think the biggest thing is like I identify as Bugs Bunny. I think that's what people should start saying from here on
Just
out.
not give a fuck. Bugs
Yeah.
Bunny
Yeah.
didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He did not.
Yeah, he dressed up in women's clothes. We didn't think nothing of it back then.
Yep, he got in a damn pot and started cutting the carrots for.
Taking a bath. He was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
basically
was-
daring him. Yeah. Cook
What
me,
were you saying,
motherfucker.
Mark?
Let's do it.
What about like Ren and Stimpy?
A Ren and
Oh, yeah, that was
Stimpy. Do
great.
I have a Ren and Stimpy? Let's see if I got a Ren and Stimpy for you boys. Who was your favorite character on Ren and Stimpy? Was it Ren or was it Stimpy?
Yeah,
Ren was the Chihuahua, and Stimpy
yeah.
was the big fat cat.
Yeah, well,
I didn't watch it enough. It's probably the Chihuahua for me, though.
I like them
Yeah,
both
it's
because
hard to say.
you had a big or a little dog that's full of piss and vinegar, and then you had the big guy that's just dumb as hell.
Yeah.
So
Oh, uh-oh. Speaking of crackheads,
Oh man, and they were so graphic.
oh, does he have like ingrown hairs in his gums?
No, those are the
the
What
roots.
the hell is he doing?
the roots for his teeth.
Really?
He's in so much.
No, sir. You look like you could really use some rubber nipples.
You look like someone that can use some rubber nipples.
Everybody does.
Oh
Is that
my
a
God.
ghost about to kill himself?
Yeah,
Here, do this.
And kids watch this.
I remember when they came back.
exactly.
I remember when
It's
they
not
came
as
back.
good. It's not
it was
as
supposed to
good.
be
that
like the Too
They're
Hot
actually
for TV version or something like that.
Yeah,
it
they're
is
ac-
definitely not for
Yeah.
TV, dude. I'm telling you right
yeah,
now.
they're getting ready to release new episodes. of
Oh,
Ren
Ren and Stimpy?
Oh yeah, there's literally
Oh,
like
yeah?
titties, like women
Cool.
titties flopping out. I'm like, who drew this?
Just like Beavis and Butthead.
That
You know?
was one of my shows that
Yep,
that
they're
helped
back now.
that helps shape
Yeah.
the fine citizen that I am.
My
See,
father hated it because he was like, "Why do you kids walk around
You
with
boys
lighters
quit
in your
whacking off in
pockets?"
my tool shed.
My father hated us watching this show right here. Here you go, boys. You ready? And share, and here we go.
Welcome to the Ciabatta Zone. Don't do drugs or something.
Or something.
Butthead. Look, I made my own costume. Check it out. What
Best
the hell
friend,
are
your
you
best
supposed to
friend
be,
showed up.
dumbass? I'm like pizza. You can't just stand in front of Burger World dressed as pizza. Yes, I can. Welcome to the pizza. Wait, the pizza world of ciabatta. Wait, what is it again? This is like pepperoni, and this is a sausage or something, and the cone is something else they put on pizza. I don't know, it's like fruit or something.
Okay, so out of these two characters,
They're both as dumb.
There, you can't you can't pick one.
Nope. Without one, you can't have the other. And
They're
make it
kind
work.
of they're kind of just like
Yeah.
one person. It's true. It's
Exactly.
but
so it's like the yin to the yang,
the yin
the
to
Beavis to
yang.
the butthead.
Exactly. Oh man, that was such a good show.
Do you remember? Do you have a favorite episode? Do you remember a favorite episode?
Ooh,
I can't.
the tooth
Think
pulling
of
one
it.
was good.
Crypto's got one.
Specific
Which one?
episode?
The tooth pulling one.
Which one?
Wasn't there one when like Beavis's tooth was hurting him or something like that, and Butthead was like, "I'll pull it out for you," and they just kept working on it all day long.
Yep.
I think
I remember that.
I
Steve,
saw
what do
them-
you got?
And then
I
was
sure them idolizing that dude. I can't remember the guy's name. The dude with the mullet, like the badass.
Was he
shit,
the?
the blonde dude? And they just like
the older
idolize him.
guy.
He just have him
Hey.
doing dumb shit for him, and just that used to kill me. Or principal that was always about to crap on himself. Remember that? Oh, you too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I can't think of a episode.
Oh,
right
right.
now. I need to go back and watch some Beavis and Butthead now.
Yeah, it's time.
The
TP.
talking shit show inspired
T-
me.
TP for your bunghole, Mark says.
There you go.
I remember that one because everybody in school, especially
I really
certain people kept saying that in school a lot.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember that episode.
Yeah, we used to pull our shirts over our head and be like, "I need
Yep.
TP for my bunghole."
See, he was one of the ones that would be going around doing that.
I was thinking about when Beavis and Butthead came back.
Without the music
Oh, man.
videos.
When Beavis and Butthead came back and it was on MTV for like season 4, and that
Yeah.
they were talking about the music videos, but then they also started just making fun of shows on MTV that weren't music related. And they were watching Jersey Shore, and Butthead was like, "Look, this is where syphilis came from."
That's great.
I haven't watched them since they. Oh shit!
It's been too long. Uh-oh.
I got blind.
Yeah, that's great. Like I hate the reality TV shows on MTV, but I would watch Beavis and Butthead make fun of those shows. No problem.
Yeah, Mark, you got to fix your shit, buddy. Nope.
That's the way I look. If I take my contacts out, that's the way I see.
Okay.
This is what happens when you go live.
Yeah.
Can't.
Fuck
It
that
happens.
shit.
So Beavis and Butthead for me, there was an episode. No, that didn't work at all.
No, it
There
didn't.
was an episode where they worked at the burger joint or whatever, and I think Beavis had like jock itch real bad, and he was using the spatula to scratch his junk, and like people are getting sick, and they can't figure out what the fuck is going on at this restaurant.
Yep.
That for me,
Remember-
like
were
that
they, like,
for
Didn't he just
putting
stick
weird
his
shit in
hand
the
on the
fryers
grill?
and stuff? Probably.
oh no, they were
Did
putting
he
no
put his
like what
hand on the
Steve was-
grill at one point?
No, I think he. So they were putting stuff in the fryer. I remember that.
Yeah.
That's what Steve was saying. Like they were putting dumb shit in the fryer. Like, hey, I wonder what
That's
this
right.
mop would taste like in the fryer. I wonder what this would taste like in the fryer. And I
Yeah.
feel like one of them stuck their hand in the deep fryer.
Probably.
think that's-
It's probably
We know-
Beavis.
I never worked at a fast food
Yeah, it
restaurant,
was
so I couldn't
Beavis.
try that.
Me neither. I'm not doing that shit.
No, you don't want to just go work in one day just so you could try it.
Hard pass.
Oh, I'd be fired the first day.
Yeah.
Here you go, boys. How about this guy?
Santa Claus.
I never watched Johnny Bravo.
I didn't watch it either.
Oh,
Johnny. Nobody watched Johnny Bravo.
Nope.
I
He's
did.
a ladies' man.
I
What?
did. I have a Funko Pop of him.
Good TV. But these letters, if Santa doesn't get these letters by tonight, I might not get all those free presents I asked for. And whoever heard of a Christmas without free stuff? Mama, I gotta run to the post office.
Okay, so Johnny Bravo. So for those that don't watch Johnny Bravo or did not watch Johnny Bravo, he was a ladies' man, or he wanted to be a ladies' man. He sounded like a mix between Elvis and I don't know. Help me out here, boys. Elvis and
Elvis is about the right.
Yeah, I just
all you
heard
have to do is
it.
say it's
Elvis and Seth
I just heard
MacFarlane's
a
real
bad-
voice, kind of a mix of the two.
I heard a bad
because that's
Elvis
who voiced him.
Who did?
who was it?
Seth MacFarlane was the voice of him, wasn't he?
Was he?
Like
Oh, I
before
don't
Family
Oh
Guy?
yeah, yes. I believe
think
so.
it was.
I believe you're right.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I did
Yep,
not know
I
that.
remember reading that once, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Like, been a fan of him longer than I thought.
And so for those who never watched Johnny Bravo, if you get a chance to go back and watch some, there's a whole lot of adult innuendos in that as well. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
literally, he goes to the beach and he's like, "Hey, baby, you want me to oil you up? Oh, I'm out of lotion. I'll just make some natural lotion." Literally, like shit like that. And I'm
what?
like,
Wasn't it a show directed towards an older
Kids.
audience
Yeah.
anyways?
no,
Yes,
no,
it
no,
Kids?
no. It was
for kids.
on. It was on like Nick. Was it Nick Jr. or something? I think.
Something
Nick,
like
no,
that.
not Nick
I
Jr.,
don't know
but
if
like
it was Nick Jr.
Nickelodeon.
Nick Jr.
Yeah,
is where
yeah.
they were playing like
Actually,
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon
it
Network.
was Cartoon Network.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, Cartoon Network, because they played like Johnny Bravo, Dexter, Courage, and all those kind of.
Yeah.
Cat Dog.
Johnny, Cat Dog.
Yep.
That's one my daughter was telling me about today because I forgot that one. Johnny Bravo was voiced by Jeff Bennett.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I thought McFarlane was involved with that. I guess not.
He might have been part creator of it or something like that. But
Yeah. Okay.
what
No,
is
we're
a hold on? What is a cartoon that could not be made now that you would not want to see made now?
Ooh.
Any of the shit that we used to watch?
Well, yeah. I mean, they make them a lot worse
Yeah.
looking characters. I mean, look at Mickey Mouse. He went from this plump little mouse to this skinny ass. I guess he was on crack or something.
Money does that to you. You
Yeah.
can buy any drug in the world
Yeah.
you want. Trust me. We know.
I mean,
this.
look, the mouse owns Star Wars. He owns Marvel. He owns a lot of things, a lot of money. Money will change
Oh,
a
yeah.
mouse.
I love it.
Money will change a mouse.
Well,
Yeah,
let me
money-
ask you. You guys have younger kids, right? Well,
I don't have kids. I have
I
a
do.
dog.
Caleb has.
Yeah.
So, Caleb, the shows that we were watching, the stuff that we used to watch, the Beavis and Butthead, Ren and Stimpy, Johnny Bravo, any of that stuff, would you let your kids watch it right now?
They're 3 and 6. So
The
I mean,
6-year-old is going to be the one that picks up on it, though. That's going to be the
Yeah,
whole thing. He's going to be
yeah.
like, "Oh,
when my
I mean,
kids were,
just earlier today, I heard him say "screw you" to his brother twice. So, like, and I was like, "Where'd you hear that?" And he said something on YouTube, like "Garden of Banban" or whatever. I'm like, okay, you're getting there. You know, that's some Beavis and Butthead lingo.
That's like 6-year-old fuck off, pretty much.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
That's crazy.
at 6 years old, I had Chloe, my oldest daughter, or one of my oldest daughters. I had her watching Freddy, Nightmare on Elm Street. I had her watching Friday the 13th. But when it came to, she hated Freddy. So when it was Jason
love
versus
Freddy.
Freddy, when it was Jason versus Freddy, she was up there, you know, come on, Jason, come on. Let's kick some. Oh man, it was funny though. But my kids, I started them off early on horror movies, anyways. But that's just
cool.
me.
I'm
I
trying to
think it
find
all-
early entrances.
I think the
you
way it affects and influences them all depends on how you're teaching them.
Yeah.
How you're parenting them.
I'll say
And that's why I asked that question. Like, would you let them South Park? Are you going to let the boys watch South Park with you?
so. Eventually, I probably will. Eventually, but what I would do is what my dad did with me. He actually sat and watched the show with me, and instead of just leaving the room, you know. So he'd watch it with me and explain things. He would say, "Hey, don't repeat this at school. The number one thing, especially around your mother, don't repeat them around your mother."
I would have done. That's the first thing. As soon as they said, "Don't do this," I would.
You would have done it.
But I knew that shit was going to end, and I wouldn't get to watch cool stuff if I went out and started, you know, repeating it. So I did what I had to do, you know, and just kind of was mature about it, I guess. And I got to watch cool R-rated movies. I watched Terminator 2 when I was probably 8, you know, something like that. And I mean, my dad took me to Highlander. They're cutting people's heads off and there's sex scenes. And he just looked over at me and he was like, "Don't tell your mother." That's the number one thing. Keep her out of it.
Steve, we talked about this show a few minutes ago. I think this is probably one of your favorites.
Oh. I think that's one of everybody's favorites.
It's on my list.
Turtle Power.
I've been playing this for my boys lately.
These turtle boys don't cut them no slack. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Splinter taught them to.
Ooh.
Okay.
Hard question. I just thought of who's everybody's favorite turtle.
Oh, come on, dude. That's easy. Mark says Raffi. Michelangelo.
Probably Mikey, but
Mikey.
But I do like how Donnie was kind of a smart one. He's like
he was the guy. Like Donnie was the
operation.
Yeah, he is 100% like, hey, we're not going to do this because we're going to get killed. So
well, it depends on which version you're watching, though, because each version has different ones that are the leader. But in that one, yes, I agree. Watch some of the newer ones; they all come differently. They're all
I
different.
just ordered The Last Ronin, like the whole set, hardcover.
Oh, that is a great.
Of it yet?
It
but
is.
I'm
great.
excited.
It
I'm
is
excited.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I watched or I read the whole comic. It was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah,
Mark?
dude, when it comes to turtles, I had more of those, more action figures of turtles as a kid than anything else.
I had Transformers, or you know, in my case, I also had wrestlers too.
Yeah, I had a ton of wrestlers. The big rubber LJ Anderson.
Yeah, yes. I come to find out on trying to get those back, it will cost me a lot of money.
Man.
GI Joe dolls. I tried to. There for the longest time because their insides were made of just like that one rubber band that held their waist to their legs.
Yeah.
And we would always try to do surgery and change the legs on certain characters. I'm like, oh, here we go. This is great. And you could never do it. So then it was like, oh, there was an explosion and there's legs over here and the other part of his body's over there. So this was Mark's favorite cartoon, boys, growing up.
Oh, Papa Smurf! Guess who's coming to dinner?
Hey,
Oh,
That was a
there's
good
another one.
cartoon.
Saturday mornings, I had to watch this one.
Hell yeah.
All right, they're with us. We fell in the hole, Papa Smurf, and
I gotta play this one for my kids too.
Wow,
Nice.
just like he rescued me and Grouchy.
You mentioned Cartman's mom was a hoe. I bet Smurfette.
She's
Smurfette.
the only female.
Only female,
Oh.
yeah.
But I mean, that don't matter. They could have been.
Yeah, their
Yeah,
favorite
they might have been having
favorite song.
Who knows?
Their favorite song was
Vanity.
"Tag Team Back Again."
Vanity, he was,
Yeah.
Oh, Vanity was gay. Yeah, he was flaming as hell. But maybe
My old
Jokey
band-
Smith was probably gay too, because I mean he would always play pranks on people, and I think that was to hide the fact that he was
Right. He do
Hey,
like, hey, look in this box.
Yeah, you couldn't have an episode without Brainy being kicked out of the village.
Yeah, he'd always get on somebody's nerves. I honestly though, even as a little kid, it's kind of messed up. Probably something wrong with my brain, but I always hope Gargamel would catch at least one of those little son bitches.
Yeah, just a
I
not.
just wanted to see what he was going to do with them. Was he
He's gonna
You
eat
catch
them,
them every
bro.
now and then,
Well,
but they always
well, that-
escaped.
That
I
was
don't
the
know,
whole thing. That's like the Wile E. Coyote, catching the Roadrunner. I always wanted to see that.
Here's the thing with the Smurfs. They live in mushrooms. I don't know if you guys have been to a cow field. You flick the mushroom, you pick the mushroom, you eat the mushroom, and then you enjoy the Smurfs.
I
You
believe.
see where I'm
that-
going with
I-
this?
I believe that Gargamel was yes. seeing
Gargamel
things.
was
Maybe he
some
was
guy
tripping.
that
He
was
didn't
out in the cow-
realize that they
This
were
was
like living beings. He just
exact-
thought he was like, ooh.
That's exactly my point to this, boys. They were
so
out in
the
the cow
whole
field.
thing was Gargamel's trip.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Azrael is
Okay.
actually his friend, literally his friend that went to pick mushrooms with him. And now he's talking to him, and Gargamel does not, or Azrael does not answer back, because that's the friend that goes all silent on you. He's like,
Hmm. Damn.
My old
Yeah.
band had a song called Gargamel. I always loved playing that one.
Gargamel.
Yeah.
All right, here we
Yeah,
go,
Smurf's
boys.
great.
Me and Mark were talking about this earlier. We live in a little town where
Oh.
the methamphetamines are very prevalent.
Yes.
Do you guys live where we live?
Yeah, I was gonna say we didn't
Are we
have to do
neighbors
this
and I
live
didn't
stream.
know?
We could just
Okay.
hang out in the same spot and
Yeah.
do this all in person.
We live in Citrus
Hi,
County.
Hello, Peter. You know, I was just thinking, when I was your age, my Uncle Roy shared a beer with me. I drank it, and I was so excited I fell asleep. I must have tossed and turned something fierce, because when
Like
I
the
woke
little
up,
Beast
hands were
poster
off.
in the background.
Never saw much
Yeah.
of Uncle Roy after that. Turns out we weren't even related. Anyway, I thought him sharing that beer with me was the coolest thing ever. And I know nowadays things are different, so I got some crystal meth. I figured we could do it together as father and son. I don't know about that. Tell you what, I'll get us started. That feels better.
You sure that stuff is okay?
All I know is the guys who made it are dead. Why is there no hole in this wall? You know, this thing is bugging me. All right, I'm gonna take a hike.
So that shit, dude, Seth MacFarlane's an absolute fucking genius. And if you don't agree with me, fuck you. Because the man is so funny. This show has been canceled. Do you guys know that it was canceled more than
canceled
once?
3 times.
After like season 3, right? It was canceled.
Yeah. The Chris is gonna become a Jew.
Yeah.
I
The
think.
fans demanded it came back.
Yeah.
Yeah, they canceled it 3 times.
3 times.
And then the last time it stuck so far. I look at American Dad. It got canceled and got put over on TBS, and it only gives 13 episodes now. And it works better over on TBS than it ever did on Fox,
Right.
because they can get away with
Cable. Yeah.
What I like about Family Guy is like there's so many little clips that you kind of forget what bits are in which episode. So when you watch it again, you're like, oh, there's that. I forgot that was in here. The replay value is a little high. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so once again, I go to bed watching Cartoon Network, and it's always the repeated Family Guy episodes or American Dad. And I'm okay with it because I'm going to sleep anyway. I already know what's happening. I close my eyes and I see it in my brain, like it's etched. All right, boys, here we go. Here is another one for you. This show is, I hope, coming back for another season.
They already said yes.
For as long as I can remember, I've wanted to be a cop on the Paradise PD. Let me show you I can do this.
No one wants to be a cop anymore. Hello? Don't you yell at me, you son of a bitch. Any of you idiots managed to do any police work yesterday? I pulled over a suspicious-looking colored fella.
You put a dog in charge of drug evidence?
Drugs, drugs! Look out, drug train coming through.
Our mission is to wipe meth off the streets.
We are going in heavy.
Oh, why the hell did someone give this chicken a handgun?
Falcor!
Keep them having a stroke. I can make it clap, y'all.
Jesus.
So what do you boys think about that?
What is this?
I've
show?
never seen that.
Seen it.
Just
You've never seen
from
this?
the two dogs fucking the ass clapping.
I
Oh
want
my
you
God.
to I want you to go in right now, write this down. Paradise PD. It's on
okay.
Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
I
It's
think that
funny.
there's only 2 or 3 seasons right now.
3 seasons, and there one more season to go. I think
Okay,
that's when
alright.
they're canceling it.
This
check it
show
out.
it trips you out, dude. It is so funny.
It is good. I'll admit that.
I'm a little disappointed where the show kind of went with the. You'll see. Watch it, and then you'll be like, "Man, I was super hyped." Season 1, and then season 2 is kind of like this, and then
He's like,
season 3 comes back. Now they've done another show. It's a spinoff of this one, and that's also on Netflix. And I think it's called like Far Squad or something. I don't know. It's the same voices, the same characters. They're just renamed basically, and they're in outer space. Like I think somebody's having a bad trip or something. That's what's happening.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about. I just never watched that one.
I've never seen any of them. I'll have to look that one up for sure.
Okay, so Brickleberry. Anybody watch that show? I
No.
just briefly. It was on
I
Comedy
think-
Central.
I think I put it on like an episode and I just couldn't get into it.
Same.
Tosh-
yeah, I maybe
Tosh-
watched 1 or 2.
Daniel Tosh from Tosh.0.
I used to watch Tosh.0, but I
So
didn't watch
Tosh.0 was
Brickleberry.
fucking great. Like
It was
the
solid,
videos
yeah.
that he would show. Yeah, it was good. Brickleberry was not so good. They did, I think, 2 seasons and canceled the show.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
So-
didn't have a cult following.
So if you go and watch this show, what you're going to find out is they're actually cousins of each other. You'll see. It's in the episode.
So they're
One of the
connected,
episodes.
okay.
It's so funny though. I think you'll really dig it, and I think that you'll text us later and be like, "Yeah, thank God that we got a chance to watch that." I got 2. I got 2 more, boys.
More clips.
The
Come
drug
on,
dog
come
thing.
on, hoping
Oh,
you
I was
got
just
the
gonna say
Mr.
real
T
quick.
cartoon clip.
Which one,
Hey,
Mr.
real quick,
T?
the drug
You
dog
don't-
scene
you
in that
remember-
last
Mark
one that you
remembers
showed.
it.
Yeah,
reminded
Mark watched
me
the Saturday
of
morning
when
cartoons.
Brian was a drug dog in Family Guy. I don't know if you guys remember that. He worked. For
Yes, I do.
He was he worked for the police force, and he ended
Yes.
up becoming a cokehead.
Yep, Joe got him involved, and he's like, "Oh yeah, let's go hunt down the bad
Yeah, all
guys."
of this. Yeah.
Wait. We got the one clip of DuckTales, don't we?
Oh yeah.
I
there
did
you
not.
go.
No,
I thought we
was
did
gonna
that
do-
one.
No, I was trying to get Rescue Rangers, but it
okay,
was
yeah.
so.
Oh,
The
that's a good one, too.
sound was terrible, so I was like, "No, I'm not going to do that."
I mean, we had you Inspector Gadget. You had. I mean,
I didn't
I
even
have a
think of
big
that
long.
show.
I had a
Oh,
big
man.
long list of like yours. I was just going through it, and there's too many cartoons that you could say is good that that cartoons are not today.
Right.
So many.
Yeah.
It showed us. I liked watching. What was the name of Speedy Gonzales?
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
People would
you know,
find inappropriate today. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, a lot of stuff we watched when we were kids is inappropriate nowadays. But if you taught your kids, or if you don't like it, change the channel.
Change the channel. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I
Mark and
remember
I
hearing
both
about
have.
the mom that let her kid watch Crank Yankers. Like maybe
Oh, I love Crank
not
Yankers.
have your
Oh, that
kid
was good.
watching that show. It's on at like 10 o'clock at night. What's your kid doing up watching that anyways?
That was a good
My
show.
oldest daughter told me, "Yeah, Dad, you're like Rick from Rick and Morty," and I never got what are you talking about? So now I got to go watch this cartoon, and I'm like, okay, I dig it. It's funny. I don't know if you guys have gotten into it. Have you ever seen
Nope.
Rick and Morty?
I never got into
I've
it.
watched a bunch of it at a friend's house. I can't really get into it.
Morty, are you invisible?
I don't
and
know.
you're gonna, like,
Maybe I
fart
need to
on
watch
me?
certain episodes.
Over. What? I'm gonna touch it, and you're gonna tell me it's an alien dick or something. Come on, flip the pickle, Morty. You're not gonna regret it. The payoff is huge. I turned myself into a pickle, Morty. Boom! Big reveal. I'm a pickle. What do you think about that? I turned myself into a pickle. What are you just staring at me for, bro? I turned myself into a pickle, Morty. And? What more do you want tacked onto this? I turned myself into a pickle and 9/11 was an inside job? Was it? Who cares, Morty? Global acts of terrorism happen every day. Here's something that's never happened before. I'm a pickle.
So, Rick is a scientist. He's a mad scientist.
Right.
And he does the strangest shit. He creates the strangest shit. Somebody told me that if you go and watch Michael J. Fox's come on, help me out here. The time traveling Back to the Future, that this is actually Rick and Morty are actually Doc and
Yeah, I've heard that theory too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And it kind of lines up a little bit because there's little innuendos here and there, and you're like, what the?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things, you have people that look into cartoons and look and say, well, like the Rugrats, they say it's Angelica's imagination because she's the only kid and there's no.
That was a great cartoon. That was a great cartoon.
That was a good show.
Yeah.
Like Rugrats.
Fairly Odd Parents. It's his parents died, and Cosmo and I can't remember Wanda are his parents that are dead, and I'm like you can't look into cartoons like that. You got to look at them what they are.
I mean, if we were looking into cartoons like that, I'll tell you what, them what are they, the girls that were made in a lab.
Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. Well, why did you make them in a lab? Why did you make girls? Why, like, you wanted superheroes and you made girls.
Well, he knows what he wanted, but
it's
kind of funny.
I guess. Yeah.
Kind of funny. The voice of Mojo Jojo is the voice of Ghostface.
No shit.
Yeah. Roger Jackson.
I just found that out the other day. I never knew that.
You know who else does a lot of really good voiceover stuff, and he uses his own voice all the time? Is the guy that played the Tick. He plays Joe in Family Guy. What is that guy's name?
Patrick
Warburton.
Warburton.
Yes,
Warburton.
that guy. Dude.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
He's 100% a cartoon built inside of his own body. Like it's
for the longest time, I thought he was Patrick on SpongeBob.
No, that's actually isn't that the guy from Coach? The blonde haired guy.
Yeah, really?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
The TV. You ever see a TV show called Coach? It's an older show.
I used to watch it all the time.
Yep. And I was like, dude, I'm pretty positive that's the blonde haired guy. Like that's who it sounded like to me.
Yeah. Well, when I first was listening, I'm like, it sounds like Patrick, and I'm like, wow, shit.
Man, one of the best dudes in voiceover work when he wants to do it, Mark Hamill.
Yeah, yes, he is.
Joker.
He played the Joker.
Played the Joker, but he Batman
won't,
series.
Yeah, he won't do it no more because Kevin passed away, so he won't do it no more.
Yeah, respectfully,
it was he had a great run. He's done other animated shows too, but that's just one of them. He was also the voice in the new Chucky Child's Play.
Yeah, that's right.
And I wasn't a thrilled of that one. They should never have called it Child's Play. I would have liked it a lot better.
Yeah, that's what I always say. That could have just been a movie about a little robot that went crazy. It didn't have to be connected to Child's Play, but
I was going to say
they wanted to sell it that way.
I like that movie with is it called Anna the doll?
Annabelle.
Not Annabelle.
No, not Annabelle. But
It's,
yeah, it's the one on Peacock right now.
that was a good one.
Oh,
yes.
That little girl freaked me the hell out, bro.
Yes.
Megan.
Which one?
Megan.
Oh God. Yeah.
That one was a good one too, but that's not a cartoon, so why are we talking about it?
Oh, sorry. I was going to talk about this one right here. If you haven't watched this one, please do yourselves a favor. Find this show.
Fuck you, fatty fupa.
Pick it up or I'm sending you back to hell! All right, Toot. Drop your weapon!
No, you drop it! Nobody holds a gun to my girl.
Adam Carolla.
All right, let's fucking do this! I'm not afraid to die!
Fuck you, fatty fupa.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Oh, what was that called again? Drawing
That
something?
is drawn together. That's what I said when Steve was coming in. I was like, God, what is the name of that show where they all lived in a house?
What lost me is when you said superheroes. If it was the cartoon characters,
I should have just said cartoon character. I don't know why I said superheroes all living in a house, like like Big Brother style. But that was kind of what it was. But it was like not just superheroes. I mean, you had Zelda, you had the princess from, I think she was from Mario.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
You had the Betty Boop character. Now, the pig, what is he from? Hammy?
Yeah,
is Hammy from is he from Hampton or whatever? Is he supposed to be from like Warner Brothers, The Lot? Like he's
I'm not
Porky
sure.
Pig, maybe?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe he's like Porky Pig when he's just in a grumpy mood or something. I don't know.
I just feel like the way they drew him, though, it wasn't meant to be anything like that. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look up and see what they kind of based them all on.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. I want to go back and watch the whole thing all over again. Like I think it did 3 seasons of that show, and once again, disappointment sets in when your favorites go away. Ren and Stimpy going off the air originally was like, come on, dude, why? I remember that. I was like, I think I was still in high school or something. I was like, why did they get rid of this show?
It started with us in middle school, and then it went out in high school.
I was like, why did they get rid of that? I mean, it was such a good show.
Because some parents bitched about it. Like any other cartoon that's went away or changed or any other thing, we're not allowed to see guns. We're not allowed to see guns in cartoons anymore.
Society's getting soft.
Sitting with their kids and talking to them about these shows that they're watching instead of just leaving the room.
Yep. Well, that's why people use all this stuff to like babysit their freaking kids.
Well, I was babysitting. That was my babysitting right there. Get in front of the TV, watch cartoons, and I never did any of the shit that you see kids doing.
Yeah.
Or I never got caught doing it. Either one's fun.
I don't know. It's just the dumbing down, the idiocracy coming to.
That's what we're getting to.
Yep.
All right, Caleb, what were you saying?
I got a show to mention here. So I don't think Steve has watched this one. It holds a special place in my heart because I'm a musician and I'm a metalhead. Metalocalypse. Have you guys watched Metalocalypse before?
No.
Oh man. So it was on Adult Swim. It's about this band named Death Clock that's supposed to be like the heaviest band in the world. And basically people die by the masses at every show that they play. And they're too dumb to even realize it. Like they're playing this show and all of a sudden the singer says, "Release the kitties." And all these cats just start mauling the crowd. And they're just playing and rocking out with their music. So they don't even really pick up on like this organization that's actually out to stop them. There's like this. Yeah, there we go.
I think this is just the music.
Yeah, they're a real band too. So yeah.
Oh,
Brendan
So they had
Small, who
real
created Home
musicians,
Movies,
right?
he made this show.
All right.
So yeah, if you can find an actual clip of the show,
let me see.
There's one in season 1 where they go to a grocery store and they're used to like other people just doing things for them.
The Metalocalypse is upon us. Unless you are vigilant, You will drown in fear.
Hi. What?
The Doomstar. It creeps closer to our atmosphere every day, threatening cataclysmic destruction. Salacia. Only he knows what vile evils are in store. We must journey out to find the Song of Salvation.
What is the Song of Salvation?
Nobody knows.
Well, do we at least know the running time, roughly?
Nobody knows.
Does we at least know what keys it ends in? What happens if we do it wrong?
The world will be bathed in blood.
So I can tell you, this show is drawn very nicely. Like, it's really.
Yeah.
Thinking the animation's really good.
Yeah,
but,
it's.
Was this supposed to be a trailer?
Yeah. It's brutal.
Yeah.
It's brutal,
Like
man.
I might have to check that out.
See,
Now, does it have
make me
comedy
want
in
to
it?
watch it? I don't know.
Oh,
Does it have
it's comedy.
built-in
Yeah, there's
comedy?
plenty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think they should have
Yeah.
sprinkled some of that in that trailer because
That's not me.
Yeah.
I didn't
So
do it. Here,
okay, so
you
what I
want
was
some
gonna
comedy?
say, there's one
Go ahead.
where they go to a grocery store, which they call the food library, and they literally don't know what anything is in there. You know, like they grab this lobster, and they're like, "So you mean we put this in boiling water and it dies, and then we eat it?" They're like, "That's metal. Give me 3 of them or whatever." They don't know how to do basic things. They have people to do shit for them all the time, and so like their chef, I think, was on life support, and they had to go and learn how to cook for themselves, and it's pretty entertaining.
Squid, how about this one? You guys remember this one?
Yeah.
Little Squidbillies action. real
Oh,
quick.
the Squidbillies. Oh yeah.
You done good, son. Here you go. Pull yourself a dip. For you are now the original gator hater.
Woo! But you said I was the original gator hater, Daddy.
Nope.
You remember that time you punched down gators, how tough you were?
Go dog, sick 'em.
Me and you, we had that bond, that gator hater bond.
I have reinvalidated the saturation, and I have convoluted that you ain't wild. You're mild. Besides, I think you might have got the gay gene.
Now wait.
There it is, boys.
See, I like on Adult Swim. I used to like back when like the Brack Show and Harvey
yes.
Birdman and all those.
Yeah.
Those
Don't
were
touch
good
me!
shows.
Don't touch
Brack
me!
was fucking awesome. That was a good show. What
That's
a
some wacky shit. That was
I
like
got
the
a question
first
for you
Adult Swim
guys.
show.
What do you guys think is the best animated show in the last 10 years?
Best animated
In the last 10 years.
Hmm.
And if you don't say Clone Wars, you're wrong.
See, I'm not a Star Wars guy though.
I
think you gotta be a Star Wars guy.
I can watch Star Wars, but I don't get into the cartoons.
Really?
Yep.
I'll
Maybe
say
if
I
I-
love Star Wars, but I'm kind of with you. Like I try, but I really haven't watched much Clone Wars yet. I've tried to watch a little bit with my 6-year-old, and he left the room after 2 episodes. So
I don't think it's for a 6-year-old. I
Yeah.
think if you're a real Star Wars fan and you want to connect dots, just you gotta. It takes a minute to catch on, but once you do, it's like the animation's awesome, the writing is fucking amazing. It's just good. It's just a good show. Like I watch it like I'm watching like a live action. I put it up there. It's probably better than half the actual movies, the Star Wars of the 9 movies.
I mean, the last
I
3 movies
remember-
weren't all that good, anyways.
Steve and I went to the
a little
Uptown
let down.
Theater here to go see the Han Solo movie, and our friend John was there with us. And spoilers, it's what, a 10-year-old movie now. Darth Maul pops up at the end, and I was like, holy shit, what is he doing here? And John was like, oh, you haven't watched Clone Wars, have you? So
Yeah, so
just
much
that
happens in
alone
Clone Wars that
makes me want to keep trying
you
to watch
should
Clone Wars.
give it a
to
shot.
Get to that.
Don't give up.
'Cause I
Don't
like
give up
Darth
after
Maul.
2 episodes. Just stick with it, and you're gonna see some cool.
I was
shit
hoping my
and
kid would watch it with me, but I'm just gonna have to watch it on my own.
just watch it yourself, and then watch the spin-offs. Why can't the name escapes me?
So
Rebels.
Anyways, go ahead.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to do it. I'm not even going to lie to you, but Mark, I think will. I'm just not a Star Wars guy.
No.
I'm sorry. I
No,
can't.
I'm sorry. I just can't.
No.
I, you know, my daughter will tell me about them. That's all that I have to
Right.
You'll get
So
the
your
gist
daughter
of it.
watches. Your daughter watches that though.
Liberty.
Aha.
Oh yeah, it's a good show.
Cool.
And Ahsoka, you think meet Ahsoka? She's such an amazing character. But
And we might
So
need to
there-
watch
no-
that to
in
know
the last
some of the
10
things
years.
that are going to go down in the Ahsoka series.
The past 10 years, I haven't really found a cartoon that's really worth. You know, my daughter got me to watch. Hold on, what is it? Baskio is something. Yeah, it's on. I can't say the word. It's on Amazon. It's a cartoon.
So the
It's
best
about
channel
D&D.
right now. The best channel right now to watch anything anime is Crunchyroll, right?
I wouldn't know.
I don't really follow much. Honestly, the anime that I like, people have told me it doesn't count because it's American made, which would be
Oh,
like
come on.
the
Well, that is-
Boondocks,
no, that is
Afro
those don't count.
Samurai.
Most of them,
Those
most
don't
of them,
count.
yeah, you will hear a lot of people say that because all the best ones are made in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's called Japanime, not anime. That's Japanime.
No, they're the ones that came up with it.
Yeah. Anime is the Japanese.
It's the way the
term for
eyes
it.
are
It's-
drawn. They got to be round and then flat at the bottom, right? So it's like a right.
Reminds me of the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
I mean, they're anime inspired. So what's your favorite anime? Do you have a favorite?
I don't think I really have one. There was stuff that we used to watch back in the day, and I cannot remember for the life of me what the hell it was called. It was like Asuka or something like that. It was like these kids had these powers, and they would go around to like different temples and share their powers with different little like groups and stuff like that, like teach them how to use the powers and stuff like that. I do not remember the name of it. I honestly cannot remember the name of that. I'm gonna have to look it up now.
I think you might be right. Asuka or Akira or something like that. I worked at a video
Akira
store
was
for
something
like
completely different.
okay, well, I worked at a
I
video
was
store
never
for
a
like
big
3.5 years, and I feel like I remember renting that out to some people.
Yeah, because that's the only one I can remember because I was not, like I said, I wasn't really into the anime stuff. Like,
me neither.
Like the kids got into it real big time, and I was just like,
I couldn't. I could not deal with that.
I think there's only been like a couple animes that really stuck out that I enjoyed. Like, I tried. Got a lot of friends that were into anime and stuff. I know I like Cowboy Bebop was really really good.
That's like a live action one right now too, isn't it? On
yeah, I heard it was
on
trash,
Amazon
but
or
it's
something.
nice
Oh,
to
okay.
I think it's Netflix, but
Okay.
the anime was really good. What was the other one? Death Note was pretty cool,
Oh yeah.
and there was one other one.
Death Note pissed my daughter off. She said that they didn't follow it all the way through. By that.
Oh, the anime or the movie they made?
The movie.
Right.
That's
yeah, the
what you
movie
do.
was kinda-
You watch and then you go ask the hardcore fans, like, all right, what's different? I have a
Especially
friend.
anime fans.
Yeah, I have an old friend I used to
They're-
do that with. I'd
they're
watch
borderline
something with them
crazy.
and then they would let me know, like, okay, well, this is right, or this has changed a little bit, or whatever. I watched a little bit of Attack on Titan. That was kind of cool.
That was actually.
I
that
tried.
was
I
the one
tried
was
to watch
thinking of.
that one. I was just like, I thought it was
It
going to
should
be pretty
stick with
cool.
it.
It's just
Attack
not
on
for
Titan is the
everybody.
one with the where they like live in the giant head or something like that.
No,
is
there's
that
like the village, and basically like the richer people are in the middle, and they're surrounded with protection or whatever, and then the poorer people are on the outside. There's all these giants that come and just grab people and
Titans,
eat them. Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's a good show.
Interesting.
yeah. I didn't watch much, so that's pretty much what I could tell you.
Anyway, it's anime. Nobody mentioned the X-Men series.
I
Oh,
wasn't
dude.
wasn't thrilled with it. I wasn't real thrilled with it.
Before we start,
Well, I'm waiting for them to come back.
Yeah, I see that happening. Steve actually asked a bunch of people on his website or page, asked them what their favorite were. I tried asking ours, but they really didn't mention much.
We got listen, we have 2 people that watch the show. It's mom and dad. I mean, what do you want?
Well, we got
Hi,
more
Mom.
than that.
Hi, Mom and Dad.
Who's
my mom, his dad.
Your mom, his dad. Okay.
Yeah, but my mom doesn't know what YouTube is, so. But anyways, it's
Calls
Steve,
it y'all-tube?
Yeah, something like that. Steve actually had a list of top 5 that out of all of them that people came up with.
All right. So I had a long list of shows, and there was a bunch of repeats, so I kind of just narrowed it down and picked the 5 repeat shows that were on the list. I'm not going to number them in any order, but one was the X-Men series, which I'm surprised you didn't watch. Did any of you guys watch it? I know Crypto watched it. Mark, did you watch it?
I would say yes, but see, at that time, I was more interested in girls than I was cartoons. So
See, that's why I think I didn't watch stuff
watched for
like Johnny
Jubilee
Bravo
and
and stuff like that. That was the time when I wanted to like party and try to chase girls, and there's a lot
So
of
now I gotta watch
Rogue
it.
and Jubilee.
There's gaps.
Was it really good though? I mean,
it was good. I think it was a
DC
lot of people's introduction to comic books. Like people that are into them now. Like
I mean, I remember kind of getting pieces here and there, and I feel like Beast was always in prison. Like he was always in jail.
Something like
right?
that, yeah. Something like that. Now, when it comes to any of them, if when it comes to the cartoons, DC is better at the cartoons than Marvel. Marvel had better movies.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Still.
Yeah, I will agree. I will say my top 3 cartoons that got me into comics and things like that, superheroes. One of them, DC, Batman animated series. Love it so much. The other 2 are Marvel, X-Men, and one we haven't mentioned yet, the Spider-Man animated series from the 90s.
I love Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Loved
that
it.
That was one that people mentioned to me a few times. Then of course the Batman one, that's on the list of the 5.
Oh, it's so good. And it was dark for a kid's show. It was dark, man. Like I'll go back and watch it now. And my cousin and I have talked about that. We used to watch together. We're like, damn, for a kid's show, it was pretty dark. Moody.
It was Batman.
Yeah. It was fitting, but like, damn, we were pretty young watching that. And
I don't know why we did not mention the third one on this top 5 list, The Simpsons. How do we not talk about The Simpsons? That's like one of
well, for me, The Simpsons, I'd say the last decade, they have went down. But yes,
it's getting a little closer to Family Guy.
Somewhat, yes.
They
I started off.
They keep predicting the future, so
I agree. I started watching them on the Tracy Ullman show before that they were up, and then I watched them. There's certain episodes that I remember more than others because like one where Bart was trapped down the well. That day, I was having my appendix taken out. I turned on the TV just to watch that, and then I went back to sleep. There's certain episodes I remember that really stand out for me than any of them. But The Simpsons is one of the longest running animated series ever.
Yeah,
remember the one when Bart used his slingshot, or was it a slingshot or a BB gun? He killed a bird or something like that, and he felt really bad about it. Yeah,
slingshot.
Yeah, that was kind of an episode that taught you something in a way.
Bart caught stealing.
Yep.
Yeah. That one was funny. Yep, that was funny. I mean, there's so many different ones where they got Santa's Little Helper, or Homer getting beat up by Santa Claus. Lisa always being told to basically stop playing that damn saxophone.
Maggie shooting
Mr. Burns.
What wasn't that a to be continued?
Yes, over the summer, everybody was trying to figure out.
Everybody, well, it had to be Smithers. Smithers shot him.
That made you wait that long? I don't remember that.
Originally, when it originally aired, I believe that's what happened. Like
the funny part is that is not the only time that Maggie has actually shot somebody in that. She shot the mafia outside the house.
I think she did that because this was after she shot Mr. Burns and she got away with it.
Yep, and she just put the gun back underneath her mattress and went back to sleep like nothing.
That's what happens when you get loud.
But that's the thing, though. To Simpsons, everybody at one point or another went through a phase where you watched The Simpsons.
100%.
And it did kind of, it kind of set the table for the shows after it, like Family Guy and Beavis and Butthead, and all the primetime animated shows. So it's a big one. Yeah, it's definitely a big one. And then, of course, the Treehouse of Horror episodes, the Halloween.
Yes.
I love them. I love the first. So fun. The first, I think 10, 15. I loved it when they were an hour long, but now I think they're running out of ideas.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I mean, it's been 100 years or something. So.
30 something.
What about Matt Groening? Is that old?
Yeah, I bet he's 60s.
I bet
he's a million and a half.
Yeah,
I bet he's in his 60s. What else you got?
Well, I was gonna say, what about Homer Palooza? Anybody remember that one?
Yes.
No, what is that one?
Where
Homer... when he made his own festival, like his own, like, he ended up doing the cannonball thing at like Lollapalooza or whatever.
And then they brought him on. They
had a bunch of bands playing there. Smashing Pumpkins were in the episode. Somebody's in the back and they're like, there's a funny smell coming out of the green room. Cypress Hill, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
I got to see it now. Homer Palooza.
Yeah, I'll have to try to find it.
I think it's like season 7. It's kind of early.
So the Ghostbusters animated series.
Oh,
yes.
I kind of hadn't really thought about it until a few people mentioned it.
Yeah, I thought about that one. I always liked the one with Slimer in it, though.
Yeah.
It made it a little bit more interesting.
Yep.
It sold a lot of Ecto Cooler.
Yep.
Yeah. Then, of course, the Beetlejuice animated series.
Yes.
Which was good. I like that one. So that was the 5 that I came up with out of the long list.
That's the whole thing, guys. There's just so many that, I mean, we could sit
Too
here and
many.
talk for we could talk for another day about it. Look,
I got
Mark
back.
Mark made an entire list. I said, Mark, I'm not making a list. I already told him. I said, Mark, I'm not making a list. We're not doing a top 10. We're not doing a top whatever. I just want to talk about cartoons. Let's just talk about this.
Well, I just wrote them out just to see. Like I said, the only cartoon I did not put on there, or was the only one that's on my list that's not a cartoon, was Fraggle Rock. And
I still feel like Fraggle Rock counts because it started as a like puppet kind of thing, but then turned into a cartoon.
Yeah, they made it
correctly.
Oh, even fucking Muppet Babies, man. That was
I was thinking of that earlier.
Yes.
We were chatting earlier, and I was thinking of Muppet Babies.
Babies. You mentioned Jim Henson, made me think of it. Yeah.
And there are so many of them that you can go through the whole list. Woody Woodpecker, Voltron.
Voltron. Oh man. Yeah, and somebody mentioned. Mentioned Robotech and Gummy Bears, Captain Power. So many.
There's
Robot Chicken.
Robot Chicken. See, I was thinking Robot Chicken, but I wasn't sure if we were going to go that route or not.
Yeah, I mean it's claymation. Stop motion.
I mean,
but what I was thinking of is when Steve just mentioned Captain Planet. They did a great skit on there for Captain Planet, and he was like, "Protect the environment, or I'll fucking kill you."
Yeah. None of you guys remember the Mr. T cartoon when he had like his little team of like gymnastics?
Well, that was on what about 10 years ago or something like that.
No, this was like 80s. Like,
well, they had another one on. No, that was Mike Tyson, wasn't it?
They did like
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, it was Mike Tyson. But yeah, the Mr. T one was way probably like 84, back in like his heyday when Mr. T mattered.
It's been so long. I'd have to watch it again to remember it.
Oh, it wasn't good, but it was cool then.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of cartoons.
You want to talk about cool then. We just did a wrap on a podcast with the guys from Retro Rental Review. And boy, let me tell you, we laughed so hard. My cheeks are still trying to get back to normal. because if you have not seen it in a while, boys, you need to go and watch. It's hard to find. No Holds Barred. Hulk Hogan,
God. Classic.
Tiny Lister.
You. Oh man.
Go watch. Go watch
scene,
that.
The
Go
scene
watch
when he
that movie.
snatches up the limo driver.
Yep, everybody.
Everybody
says the same thing.
Yes, that scene is just.
I'm gonna have to look for it.
You guys should just do a whole episode about Hulk Hogan movies.
Yeah, that would be a very short episode.
We ended up going off on Hulk
Got a
Hogan
lot
on
of
our last
stinkers,
couple
yeah.
episodes. We did 2 in a row where we ended up chatting about Hulk Hogan at the end of our episodes.
Nice.
I got one for you guys. I was heavy into this show for a while, and I kind of fell off, but I still like it. Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yes, still loving it. Still loving it. I haven't seen any new episodes. I don't think that they make any new episodes. But Carl, this poor bastard, should learn to mind his own business.
My favorite character.
Carl's your favorite character?
He's ridiculous. Yeah.
Shake,
Carl and
Shake
Shake
does everything in the show, dude. Shake is the one that gets you in trouble, finds a way to get you out of trouble, dresses up like a chick to get in more trouble. I mean, come on, Shake is the guy, dude. Like
that sort of something reminds me
After
of you.
40, you're dead to me.
Frylock is he's kind of half-assed. I think he's
Dude,
like
Meatwad is awesome. I think
Meatwad is
might
fucking
be my
hysterical.
Guy. Meatwad cracks me.
Yeah.
Meatwad sounds like a character that we did not talk about, Mark. One of your favorite comedians, Howie Mandel, did a character.
What, Bobby?
Bobby's World.
Bobby's World, yeah.
We talked about this. We
He's
talked
also
about
voice
this
of
prior to-
Gizmo.
Yes.
We talked about this prior to coming onto the show, and,
Yep.
and I'm surprised you did not bring up Bobby's World.
Well, I wasn't thinking about it at the time.
Did
But
that
yeah,
show
Bobby's
come out?
World
Did
poster
the
on my wall when I was a
Gremlins-
kid.
Did that
Did what?
Gremlins animated show come out yet?
Yes, it's out. It's got
Yeah.
4 episodes already out.
All right.
And
Where's it streaming?
Max.
Max.
HBO Max.
It's okay.
I tried watching it.
I tried. I've watched 2 episodes and then I got bored.
Same.
It ain't
Same.
no
Watched the first
Clone
2.
Wars, that's for sure.
Yeah. I just want another live action Gremlins, man. Like
Yes,
just make
and
a third
actually,
movie.
it is in the works.
Oh,
Yeah, but
It-
is it going to be? Is it going to
it's
be
gonna-
a remake of?
No. It's going to be the third one.
Well,
The
here's the
final
thing.
Good.
How
I
are you
love that
going
movie.
to? How are you going to introduce the kids to our generation of Gizmo and
You sit the
the
damn
Gremlins?
kids. You sit the damn kids. Oh, come on. Any kid that doesn't know what Gizmo is sort of fucked in the head. Okay.
There's a whole lot of those.
Yeah. Well, you know what you
Yeah.
do is you want to do it. Re-release the Gremlins into theaters. There you go. Make some more
Yeah,
money.
you get a triple play freaking little show here, guys. You know, we're gonna
It's a
watch
good
Gremlins
early-
1, 2, and this one.
It's a good early entry for horror, you know.
It is,
I'm
yeah.
kind of
Yes.
waiting for my boys
it
to
is
get
a
a
good
little
one.
bit older and then play that one for them.
Yeah.
Now
So-
you know the original in the original script, Gizmo was supposed to die, right?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Thanks for ruining life for me, as I know it.
Spoilers. Damn.
Yeah, they
Appreciate
were
it.
supposed to kill Gizmo, and they said the third one is going to be a little bit darker, not funnier, a little bit darker, and so that means to tell me that something's going to happen maybe to Gizmo.
They're gonna kill Gizmo or Billy.
Yeah, well, Billy probably needs to die if the fucker doesn't know to keep water and food away from it.
Yeah.
3 rules. That's it.
And
simple
of course, I can never understand no eating after midnight. So when can they eat?
Listen, I eat after midnight all the time. I end up waking up as a fucking gremlin. So it's happening. Like I wake up, I got to take a shower because I feel all the grease oozing out of me from that burger I just had at midnight. So
They
You
should
go
have
in the
been more
kitchen, start throwing
specific. Like,
plates all over the place.
only
Yeah.
feed them between 8 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. or something.
I guess I don't know where it all. They didn't.
I
Explain
mean,
that,
there
but,
was,
you know,
it had a great premise to it. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
So looking forward to them wrapping this season of the anime version of that, so that I can go watch it. I want to watch it all in its entirety. I don't like watching something and then I turn around and get disappointed because they cancel it after 2 seasons. That's what really kind of pisses me off, you know.
Or like these guys say, it's okay. Like, do I want to wait around for another episode of just okay? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't. I'm gonna start it and then have to wait. And it don't grab me. Like you say,
Are you
watch
going
the
to be
whole
that
thing.
interested
I
again?
want you to
in a
go.
week?
Yeah,
it's gonna be worth the trouble of me coming back to watch.
Go watch Paradise PD, and I promise you'll watch you'll binge it. You'll be like, "Holy crap! I can't believe I stayed up watching this all night long."
I played that in my background. I'll watch it. And...
So, all right, boys, listen.
We get too far away. Oh,
go ahead.
Shit. Real quick, before we get too far away from Gremlins, there's a great Key and Peele skit where Jordan walks into like a group of like people that are working on a movie or whatever, and he's like, I got this script for Gremlins 2, and he's like, what if we have one that is a female gremlin? And that he's basically just listing off all the shit that happens in Gremlins 2. He's like, we're gonna have a cameo by Hulk Hogan, and there's gonna be one with wings, and one's a scientist, and this and that. In the end, they're like, yeah, that shit'll never happen, and then they show like the headline for Gremlins 2, and yeah,
the guy's like, no, Key and Peele was
that's
fantastic.
terrible.
That's a whole show that we got to fucking talk about because
that's something different.
That show's great.
All right, we've kept you on here longer than we normally do, so
it's been
fun.
fun.
It was a great conversation, guys.
Yeah,
it went by quick. Before we tell you bye and stuff, where can people find you?
We are everywhere you listen to podcasts: Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, or just go to steveandcrypto.com and you can listen there.
That's right. We got 119 episodes in so far. We have content on patreon.com/SteveCrypto if you want to check that out. We have merchandise on Etsy. We got t-shirts, coffee mugs, magnets. Yeah, we're just trying to get our little name out there. A lot of podcasts.
Good deal.
Sweet.
Good deal. Now, one more time, it is Steve and Crypto. Crypto is a nickname. It is not us talking about cryptocurrencies.
No, fake monsters, not fake money.
Yes.
Right on.
Yes.
Right on.
Well,
guys, thank you so much. Is there anything else that you want to talk about before we let you go?
I want to thank you guys having us on. This was a blast.
Absolutely. Thank you
We
guys.
should definitely do this again sometime down the road.
Yeah.
You guys
have you guys on our show too.
Exactly.
We'd love it. Hit us up. We're in.
Yeah, we'll get something planned and
the whole Key and Peele stuff. We got to go watch all Key and Peele, and then we'll come back on your show, and then we'll just break it down. That shit is so funny, dude.
I have more of a life than I don't. Never mind.
There's so much from them, man. I don't want to get too far into it, but the main one, East meets West Bowl, the football stuff.
The football stuff.
I'm not even a football guy, but that is so funny. La Carpatron, Duke Marriott, and names like that. All the different names they list off. Sounds like a transformer or something.
I'm trying to think of the one that everybody used. Like, I can't even think of it.
The substitute teacher.
We did that. We had a guy that worked for us, and we were like, "You done fucked up, Ron."
Dude, since watching that, every time I hear somebody's name in my head, I break it down like that. Can't help
That's funny. That's great. Yeah, we'll have to do something like that. So
yeah, just hit us up. Just send me a message and I'll relate to him.
Right on.
That's because he never answers.
Thank you guys so much for having us on.
No problem.
Thanks, Steve. Thank you, Caleb.
It.
We appreciate
Thank
it.
you guys.
Thanks,
have a good one.
Have a good night.
You too.
Bye, guys.
Peace.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is Steve and Crypto from the Steve and Crypto Show. Check those guys out. They are a part of the Deluxe Edition Network. And as far as you can find them on anywhere you listen to podcasts, and that's Apple Music.
Just type in their name. You'll find them.
So, Mark, what do we got coming up? Damn it, man.
Tuesday. We got we're going to talk about movies that didn't age well.
there's a bunch of those out there.
Yes,
and then coming up
Wednesday.
Coming up on Wednesday.
On Wednesday, we're going to have a pickpocket.
Yes, we are.
That's going to be an interesting one.
Hide your keys. Hide your wallets. He's coming.
We'll find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, from us here at Talking Shit, I'm Brian.
I'm Mark, and we're out of here.
Catch you next time.
Get so bad.